everyone. Oh, this has got darker. Let's try and sort that out. There we go. Sorry if this is a bit dark. I'm filming in the evening because it's the only time I've got at the minute. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. She's being a little minx at the minute and wants some attention. So I thought today, considering it's 2 weeks before I go back to university and next week the kids go back to school, like where's this summer gone, I thought I'd do a little university haul / what to take / things to help you settle in if you're moving away from home, because I know that was a big thing. When I moved away to university was not feeling as if university halls was home, because I was moving away from my family for the first time and I was really homesick. So I thought I'd show you a few things that helped me out. I'm going into my 3rd year this year, so I feel like I can finally do this video and feel like I've had that experience of sort of going into uni and sort of freaking out because I've left home. So yeah, I'm not going to go through like the kitchen essentials or like anything like that. I'm just going through some of the tips and tricks that helped me settle in when I was first settling into uni. So the first thing I'm going to do is I know this is a bit strange, but tissues. So freshest flu is a thing. Now people are like, oh no, I'm not gonna get the flu, I'll be fine, you know, but it just happens. You get a cold, you feel really nasty, and you're definitely going to need a box of tissues. So take a box of tissues. So for me, one thing that helped me really make my room feel like mine was decorating it, and so things like really nice bedding. This is a king size sheet because I don't actually have a single bed anymore. I actually live privately, so I don't live in halls, so I don't have a single bed. I have a king size sheet now, so obviously get the size of bedding that suits your bed that you're getting. But yeah, so this is just a really pretty sheet to go on your bed, to make it feel a bit like your room rather than someone else's room that you're just renting out for a year. Another thing that I like to do is I like to be organised. So I like to make sure that I am absolutely ready to go back and get going with whatever it is I'm learning, whatever it is I'm doing. So the first thing that I enjoy buying each year is a new backpack. So and don't go with the most expensive one because they look good. Go for one that's going to be practical and isn't going to break on you within the first term or whatever, because you are going to need that bag for the whole year essentially. So from September to June, whenever it is you finish. And mine actually came with a lunch bag, which I take my own lunches into uni with me. Because the uni cafes are so expensive, and I should imagine so are the school cafes, so I tend to bring my own lunch to school with me, which consists of a cool bag, which matches my bag, and then I don't know if I've got one in here, oh yeah, just some clippy lunch boxes to store my lunch in it, or lunch bags or whatever it is you make and put your lunch into. I just find it also helps with the cost. Like uni and school in general costs a lot of money, so if you can try and cut down on the amount of crap food you eat as well, because you're guaranteed to put on weight whilst you're at university as well, because you're learning to cook for yourself, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So it's best if you can cook for yourself and you know what you're putting into your body, rather than just eating the sandwiches and the cold food or whatever that the uni provides, or the school provides. So also with the bag came this pencil case. I really also enjoy picking out my pencil case for the term, because, well, who doesn't love a pretty pencil case and organising it? So I've already filled this one up. I actually have two, because I'm bullet journaling at the minute, so I have quite a lot of stationery that I need to take with me to do that, which I'll show you a bit of in a minute. But yeah, just another pencil case. Make sure that you pick one that you really love, because there's nothing worse than looking at other people's pencil cases and going, oh, I wish I'd splashed out a bit more cash on that pencil case or whatever. So make sure you love the pencil case that you buy. So speaking of bullet journals, I like to use diaries and journals in general when I'm at uni, or when I was at school, because it just made me more organised, and I knew what I needed to do, and I was on it and didn't need to worry about not knowing where I was, what I was doing. Again, you could use things like the calendar on your phone, the calendar on your laptop even, or whatever it is you are using and you're comfortable with using. I just feel like if you're organised, then you struggle less, which means that you don't have that mind fog all the time of, oh my god, what is it I'm doing this week? You know, because you've written it down in your diary, so you know when your deadlines are, when you've got events, when you've got meetings, that sort of thing. So it's all very you can just be really organised, and that keeps my mind at bay from getting really stressed and sort of foggy. So yeah, I've got a video on this. I'll leave it in the description bar. So the next thing is, I know this is going to sound really silly, but paper cups. For the first year of uni, I kept having my cups stolen or broken. I had a really nice mug that my nan had brought me for my birthday, and it got broken, which I was really, really upset for. So don't bring your mugs that you really, really love. Don't leave them in the kitchens of the uni halls, because mine got broken. And it doesn't always happen, but you guarantee if it's your favourite mug and you leave it out for someone to break, they'll break it. It happens, and it's unfortunate, and it happened to me. But yeah, so paper cups are always a good one, because then you can just throw them away when you're finished with them. You don't have to worry about leaving them in the kitchen to wash up. Or if you're going to leave your washing up, don't leave your valuable cups. So yeah, I don't know where I've put mine, but I did have a mug to show you as well, but never mind. What next? So we're going into the winter months now, and that's usually the time where chapped lips and cracked skin on the hands happen. So always keeping a hand cream and lip cream, like lip Vaseline or any other brand you want, with you, so that you at least don't get annoyed with the lip cold sores, because I got so many cold sores the first year of uni. But yeah, just keep applying Vaseline and hand cream, and that will kind of keep the cracked skin and lips at bay for the winter months. Next is just a tech bag. So I have this one. I just keep all of my, because I'm vlogging now, I keep all of my, I've got a little ring light that goes on my phone. I've got chargers in here. I've got my Rode Video Mic Me, which is just a little microphone that clips onto the audio jack of the phone, and then gives you better audio. I'm a sound recordist, so I keep this with me most times anyway, in case I find a nice sound that I want to record for use in my library or whatever. So I keep this with me most times anyway, but it's always good for someone that does video on their phone, YouTubers out there, and just keeps my like hard drives and things nice and neat and tidy and not rattling around in the bottom of my backpack where they could get broken. So that's another good tip there. A good set of headphones, because I just use these ones. I'll link them in the description bar, but they're cheap and cheerful Bluetooth headphones essentially, and they just go around your neck, and that's pretty much where mine stay. They make you look a bit like a cyborg, but that's essentially where they stay on my person. And because I take the bus into university, and the buses can be horrible in the mornings, or like in the library, libraries aren't the quietest places I've found. There are quiet, like silent rooms where I tend to go and study if I do study at university, or college when I was at college. But yeah, a good pair of headphones for cancelling out silly students that are messing around is always very good. I'm going to take these off because they look silly. Now, a table. Uni halls tend to have like desks and stuff, but I always found that I enjoyed working. I worked better on my bed than I did on my desk, and these sort of things just help to make sure that your laptop's not going to overheat on your bed, and essentially break the laptop, as well as possibly causing a fire hazard. So this was just a cheap one. I think it was like, I want to say it was about £4 or something like that from IKEA. So you just stick it on your lap, and it just helps with the ventilation of the laptop if you're working on your bed. Also, carrying on from the bedding, pillows, throw pillows, things that are, again, are just going to make your room look more like your room. Because I know at my, like in my house at home, I've got pillows, I've got like fairy lights that are just all over the place, that I can make my like my room feels really like mine, it's my own. Whereas with uni halls, you can't stick things up on the walls because you get told off and fined for the walls being broken with blue tack and things. So things that can make your room yours and more colourful, because every single dorm room is essentially a white walled and the same furniture, whether it be wherever the furniture is in the room, it's essentially the same. So to make it your own, obviously you need things that are going to make it more bearable to live in for that particular year. And then I'd suggest you do halls, but then I suggest second year, third year you go into private accommodation, because it is just so much. You get a bigger room, the rent's usually cheaper. Sometimes it depends on the situation. Some people it's way more expensive, but that way you can choose who you live with, you can choose where you live, and things like that. So it's just better to live privately, I think, personally. Okay. So the next thing is cleaning wipes. You are going to need cleaning wipes, and cleaning things in general. You have to keep your dorm rooms clean so that when you leave, you don't get fines for the cleaners having to come in and clean your room. But they're just easy and quick, and you can wipe down your surfaces without too much of an issue, and you're fine. My phone's saying it's running out of battery, so I'll be quick with this one. And then I think finally the last thing, the last couple of things I'd say, obviously you're going to want notebooks. Don't rely on your laptops and things like that. They don't always, anything can happen to a laptop, whereas if you've got it down on paper, usually it will be okay. so there's that. And I tend to have multiple notebooks, so I'll have a notebook for each subject that I'm taking, and I usually have 4 or 5 subjects, and then like a master notebook where I keep all of my to-dos and things like that, just so that I'm keeping organised with things. And then finally is a cookbook. So I have this one. It's the Hairy Bikers Does Veggie, because I'm vegetarian, and they're honestly, if you're scared about not being able to cook for yourself and you think you're going to have takeaway every night, you're not. There's so many simple recipes in lots of different recipe books. Doesn't have to be this one, but they're just a recipe book in general to give you ideas as to what you like eating. It just helps a lot with trying not to make yourself bankrupt within the first couple of months by eating takeaway because you don't think you can cook. So yeah, I think that's everything I'm going to suggest. I'm not going to go through like cutlery and kitchen supplies and pens and pencils. I might do like a what's in my school bag at some point, and then I can show you all my pens and pencils in my pencil case. But I'm not going to go to that. Pen, pencil, ruler, essentially all you need. Like, unless you're doing art, in which case I should imagine you already know what you're doing and what you should be taking. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it helps out someone. And honestly, don't put too much pressure on yourselves. You know, the next couple of years are going to be the best time of your life, and you should enjoy it whilst you can, because then after university you go out into the big wide world, and that's what I'm doing next year. I'm graduating next year, so it's going to be a really exciting time, but you know, just make use of the time you have now to enjoy yourself. And again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like and subscribe if you want more of these, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.